yeah! Hey guys, it's Mark Shay here. You're watching Exploring Music, and today we're going to talk about something that seems to be a real no-brainer, and that is perform to your audience. This is something that so many artists of late seem to have forgotten about at times. Anyway, let's dig into the details of it, and let's see where we go. Check it out! If you want to make it about you and just be you, well, go see a shrink. That's what they're there for. So before we get into it, don't forget, subscribe, notification bell, like, comment, share, let everybody know about this page if you're really enjoying these videos. And also I have to mention today's video is sponsored by Conceptual Creative. Yes guys, they are awesome. They do web hosting and make websites and a whole bunch of other stuff. So check them out, links in the description, send them some love. And yeah, let's go. As I said in the intro, this seems to be a no-brainer, but so many seem to not understand what it really means. And that is, of course, if you're on stage, your mission, your job is to entertain. Yes, if you get on a stage in front of a crowd, your sole mission is to entertain that crowd. Now wait, don't get me wrong. Just because I say your job is to entertain doesn't mean you have to bounce around the stage like a dancing monkey, making eye contact with everybody you see and putting on a big smile and yeah, you know. No, I don't mean that. But you have to sit down and work out what is it that you want to achieve. Now, of course, if you're singing at a party and your goal is to get everybody dancing and having a good time and being upbeat and jumping around, you know, that means you have to move your butt. You do have to move. You know, you got to show some energy. You got to give the energy that you want in return. You know, if it's a feel-good night where everyone's like, yahoo, all right, you got to give that to the crowd. You know, you can't expect people to get up and dance and have a good time if you're up on stage like, I really don't want to be here. Yeah, don't need nothing but a good time, and it don't get better than this. You know, you gotta get into it. Yeah, I know that, especially if you're playing guitar and you're singing and you're stuck on a microphone. You know, it might be hard to get away from the microphone and jump around the stage and have a ball and all that sort of stuff. But there's times in the songs where you're not singing, you know, instrumental sections or guitar solos and all that. You know, just step away from the mic, go out and yeah, you know, and just party it up. So you can come away from the microphone. You know, if it's a huge stage and you're the lead singer and you're there, well, do what Keith Urban does. Have 3 lead microphones. You know, it's like, okay, well, if the guitarist over there is doing backups and that, arrange with the sound guy that, look, when I'm over here, it's the same as the main mic. I'm just going to move with my guitar over here, you know. So there's ways around it. Of course, it doesn't quite work if you're a drummer or a keyboard player, but I guess, you know, some of them have gotten creative on how to entertain the crowd, even though they're stuck behind the drum kit or keyboards. But another thing, okay, we're going to get into another side of this topic as well. But while we're on the topic of jumping around and bouncing around, having fun, you know, if you're going to follow this advice, there's one thing that is very important to remember, and that is, if you want to jump around on stage, you got to do it in rehearsal. You got to practice. I know it seems really weird to say, oh, you got to jump around and pretend like you're on stage in practice, but it's true. When you see somebody, you know, rocking out the guitar and cranking it up and all that sort of stuff, they do that in rehearsal. Because if you train your body to just stand still and sing la la la, then when you go to move, your body's not used to doing that in that setting of the song. So you really do have to practice and get used to performing and singing and moving at the same time. You know, and same thing with playing. You know, if you're just stuck there playing your guitar, and that's how you practice every day. When you want to rock out like this, well, all of a sudden you're in different positions and you're missing strings and you're hitting the wrong notes and well, that, you know, would still happen anyway, but, you know, to minimize mistakes and that on stage, you have to practice. So you got to get into it and just pretend like you're on stage when you're doing rehearsals. You'll notice it. It's like, don't believe me, pick a song that you have just always just stood there and sung to, right? You know, upbeat songs, have fun, and then try and do the big rock star thing and have your guitar up here and strumming and you know, yeah, and jumping around singing and all that. You know, if you don't play guitar, you know, try jumping around singing. Oh, that's how you go like this. You know, that happens. So when you see people jumping around on stage and they're singing and they're, you know, you got to isolate this diaphragm. So if you're moving around and you're jumping around, you're not compressing and having that sound when you're singing. So all this takes practice. So you've got to do that and get used to it. You've got to train your body. This is just like anything else. You got to practice it, get used to it. So when you go out on stage and you want to do the rock star thing and you want to look cool, it'll work. Because I guarantee you, if all you do is sit around and practice, and then you go on stage and try and do the rock star thing, it's going to look lame. It really is. Yeah, so it is something that you gotta learn. You know, make sure in rehearsals, if you want to do things, practice it. You know, try it out. See how it feels when you're moving. Some motions and that are easy to do just on the fly, but you know, if you want to really go out and rock it up and do all the things like throwing your guitar over your head and all that sort of stuff, you gotta practice it. Back in like glam metal days, we used to do the whole Poison thing and that. And, you know, we would do roly-polies on the stage and, you know, fling the guitars around and, you know, just do all this crazy stuff. You actually had to practice to be able to keep playing while you're doing roly-polies and you got to time when you're going to throw your guitar so it comes back in time and crank it in and all that sort of stuff. So even the most extreme things that you see, they've been practiced. You know, this isn't just like a whim, oh yeah, you know, because I guarantee you, if you go do that, you know, flick your guitar over your head just on a whim, odds are it's going to hit you in the back of the leg, or if you go this way, it's going to hit you in the back of the head on stage. Because you've got to learn how that feels when it moves. But I'm digressing. You know, like I said before, you know, it doesn't have to be the dancing monkey thing. I was just going over the whole, if that's the vibe you're after to achieve. If you want to jump around and really put on a big show and all that, you've got to practice that. But then on the other side of the scale, you know, as you've heard me talk about connecting with your audience, it is important to connect with your audience. But if there's a song that you have to retreat into yourself, you know, say it's a slow, heartfelt song that you got to dig deep to get the emotion out, and you got to sort of like pull back. It doesn't mean you have to ignore your audience. Yes, withdraw. But it still doesn't mean that you can't acknowledge, like, you're withdrawing, bring your audience in with you. Don't just go in and put up this wall. Bring your audience in. Open your eyes every now and again. You don't have to smile, of course, if you're singing a real passionate, you know, really gut-wrenching song and that, you know, you're not going, huh. This is where you open your eyes. You don't have to look at every single person, but open your eyes every now and again, especially if it's like, because I know there are songs where you just want to just close your eyes and get right into it. But every now and again, open your eyes and just gaze out over the audience. Not at a particular person, but over the audience. And let them know that you're still in the same room with them. You'll notice a world of difference. And like I said, it's about opening and making that connection. And what you're saying to them is, yes, this is pain, this is hurt and all that. Come with me. Let you feel what I'm feeling. So it's actually performing to them, you know, like we've talked about, you know, how being an emotional prostitute and all that sort of stuff. Well, now you're going to draw them into those emotions. You're going to connect and perform to them. It doesn't always have to be about jumping around like a dancing monkey, as I say. But let them know that they're in the same space with you. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is there's ways that you can let them know and just say, hey, I'm here with you, you're here with me. We're going on this heartfelt journey. Yeah, because like so many up and coming performers these days have it backwards. They got this sense of entitlement of, you know, you've heard me mention it before, you know, I'm the artist, you're gonna love me, you're gonna sit there, you're gonna listen, and yeah, it's all about me, me, me. You know, you're gonna love me, ha ha ha. Yes, you just bask in my greatness. That is backwards. It is. Performing to the audience has never been about the performer. It's always about the audience, the people that you're there to entertain. If you want to make it about you and just be you, well, go see a shrink. That's what they're there for, to make everything about you and talk about what issues you want to talk about. When you get up on that stage, people have come to see you perform. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be the dancing monkey thing. They've come to see you entertain them and see your performance. Yeah, this is where I talk about what do you want to achieve in your shows and things like that. Because you're taking them on a journey. So where do you want to take them to? Do you want to entertain them, or do you want to make it all about you? The interesting thing is when you give to them, they will give back. And there's no better feeling on this world. It's like a drug. It really is. There's no better high. And it doesn't do anything bad to your body. So if you can be selfless and entertain your crowd, and they feel that, they will give back. And it'll be something that you cannot compare to. You can't compare anything to it. It's just an amazing feeling. So if you want to entertain your audience, then get out there, leave all your crap, all your personal stuff, you know, and insecurities and all that at the door. Get out there and entertain your crowd and just go do it. And perform to your audience, because that's what you're there for. That's your job. Anyway guys, again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, comment, share, all that sort of stuff if you like these tips. There's more to come. So yeah, I'm Mark Shay, this is Exploring Music. See ya! This episode of Exploring Music is brought to you by Lag Guitars and Conceptual Creative. Check them out today. Hit the like button and comment and tell me what you think of this video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos.